Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for August 19th, 2018. So this week was kind of weird because I've been reading a whole bunch the first 2 weeks of August. I mean, my page count for how many pages I read a day has been really good until this week. I think I just kind of got tired. I think, is that right? Yeah, because the Booktubeathon I read a whole bunch, and then the next week after that I still read quite a bit. Not as much as Booktubeathon, but I still read quite a bit. And then this week I've been stuck on one book all week, which, I mean, makes sense. It's a big book, but it's just, I feel like I slowed down a lot. I didn't read anywhere near as much every day as I wanted to. I had a really busy week at work, and then every night I would just read a little bit, and then I'd kind of phase out and watch YouTube or BookTube or anything. I kind of went down the rabbit hole of bullet journaling again. Not that I'm going to pick up all the bullet journal stuff. I don't, because I'm a scheduler in my head all the time, I don't have problems getting things done like that. I want to do all those little collections with the reading things, so I kind of went down that rabbit hole. So we'll see if I play with any of that stuff, but it was kind of fun to watch that one of the days, but that was another, I didn't read anything that day really. So anyway, so it's been a really weird reading week, and this next coming week I am going to be super busy. I'm going to be doing overtime every day because one of my coworkers is on vacation, and when he's on vacation, then pretty much I have to be there a lot longer than normal. I mean, I have to be there over my 8 hours. You know, I'll probably be there mostly probably 9 to 9.5 to 10 hours a day all week, and I'm not looking forward to this. So I don't know how much reading in the next week I'm going to get done. So I'm just going to put up the book that I'm reading right now currently, of course, and then the books that I think that if I finish this that I'll get to, and then I have a couple little things that I kind of want to get to this week that are kind of not, they're book related, but they're not reading so much. So anyway, here we go. So the book that I am in the middle of right now is Angle of Repose by Wallace Stegner. This is the one I'm doing a buddy read with several other booktubers, and I was really enjoying this book. I'm kind of stalling out now. I'm at the 300 and I'm a little ahead. We haven't really discussed the book yet, so I'm not sure where everybody else is on this. We're going to find out later today. But for me, I'm about 200 pages from the end, and I'm not picking it up as much as I'd like to. So anyway, I'm going to try to power through at least today and get quite a big chunk done if I can, so that this week I can try to get this done earlier in the week rather than later, because I want to move on. But overall, I've been enjoying this. It's a long book. So this is a book written published in, I think, 1971. It won the Pulitzer Prize the year after, I think, and it has to do with a man called Lyman who is researching his grandmother's life. And again, she was in the her life from like 1860, I think 5 or so to, I'm guessing, until later. I don't know. I'm not all the way through yet. So, but it's really interesting. So it shows, it's like 2 lines. It's showing her grandmother, his grandmother, and the things she went through going out west from being someone from the East Coast at that time period, and family-wise, and how they had to travel a lot because her husband changed jobs because he was an engineer. And it's a very interesting portrayal of that time period. So it's kind of interesting because it's the West, and it's, again, I read a lot of Victorian literature, so to me, I'm enjoying this. So I don't want to discuss this too much because I'm going to be discussing it with my buddy group, but I just wanted to say that it is an interesting book so far. As I said, I feel like it's really long, and it could just be because this last week felt really long reading this all week, and then I know that I have 200 more pages to read. So I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just me. But anyway, so I'm hoping to finish that out. As I said, if I can get about 100 pages done today, that would be awesome. And then hopefully in the next couple days I could finish out the book, because work is going to be crazy, and I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done. I won't get done any reading at work probably, but in the evenings we'll see how tired I am. But anyway, my little notes because I'm ahead in the read along, so I'm making notes as I go. Anyway, so that's I'm doing that. So the books that I think I'm going to pick up afterwards, I do have a couple library books that I might put in. You know, I still have library books coming in every once in a while that I'll ask for something and it takes forever to get something, and then it pops up and it's like at the time I don't really want to read it. So I'm not going to put those on here because I don't know if I'm going to get to them. I might just return them and get them another time. But I do want to return and finish 1984 by George Orwell. I was enjoying this before I picked up the Buddy Read. So I do want to get back and finish this out because, again, it's part of my dystopian project. I'm trying to read older dystopians, the ones that I would consider modern classics and things. So I do want to read this one. You know, as I said, I only got about 80 pages in when I stopped. So I do want to pick this up pretty soon so I don't lose the thread of, you know, completely, because I know it's already been a week. So I'm like, I don't want to reread anything. I just want to dive back in. So anyway, so I'm hoping to pick up that one. And I don't think I have to talk about what that's about, but, you know, Big Brother and all. Dystopian. Anyway, and then if I happen to finish that one and I don't pick up my library books, I would really like to get back to the Three Musketeers. Again, I have not touched this since February. I'm still 170 pages in. I really need to get to this year because this is one of the books I wanted to read for my top classics that I want to... It's technically a reread. I haven't read it in over 10 years, probably close, yeah, what did I figure? Yeah, it has to be at least 10, if not 15 years since I read it. But I was really enjoying it in February, and I just burnt out. I think I got really sick, and then I stopped reading this, and I was rereading stuff, and then I just didn't get back to it. So anyway, I really want to get to this, because I want to get to the book afterwards in December, 20 years after, because I want to move on in the Three Musketeers series. And I really like this book, and I was trying to do it with... during the month where everybody there, Rincey at Rincey Reads was doing her read-along, but I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to get done in August. As I said, I'm just not getting there. So anyway, I'm hoping pretty soon I can finally get back to this, but that's kind of where that one is. So, those are the books that I think that I'll even maybe get to. We'll see how the whole reading goes. Well, and as I said, those two library books are kind of a wild card, so I might, because one's a horror and one's more of a romance, or, you know, so we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. So just some things that I want to look at. I guess look at it is the way to put it. Also, I'm just going to throw it in here, is my friend let me borrow his Chernobyl Atomic Legacy 25 Years After Disaster. So I don't think, it doesn't show an author name. Maybe this John Glees. I don't know how you say that. But it's just pictures of the Chernobyl area 25 years later. So, you know, like, it's going to be kind of disturbing and stuff. But, you know, I loved Chernobyl Prayer, the book by, oh my God, how do you say her name? Oh, my brain just went, Slavanya Alekovic. And I loved that book in January because it was just so powerful. And then I just read On the Beach by Neville Shute, which again, I mean, is fiction, but... oh, it just, again, it was so powerful about the whole, yeah, and disaster, you know, like nuclear in that way. So, anyway, so he said he had a book on this, and so I'm going to borrow it and just look through it, and, oh, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I mean, I've seen documentaries on stuff that they've gone back to look at stuff there, but it's still just, after reading those books, I was really, he let me borrow it. So I'm probably going to look at that sometime this week so I can give it back to him next week. And then, from my library, I picked up a couple movies that are based off books that, I just read in the last month. So, I got On the Beach, which I was just talking about. So this is the Gregory Peck, Ava Gardner, and, Fred Astaire and Anthony Perkins. Anyway, so, I think this was in the 1950s sometime. I can't remember now when this was, I can't find it right now. Anyway. Point is that it's off that book, so I wanted to watch the movie to see how that goes, because I was interested. So again, that's like after World War III, and people who are down in Australia who are living with the idea that all the fallout's coming their way, and so they only have so much time to live. So I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. And then I also, this is hard to tell from the way this cover is, but I got the 19, is it the 60s, 70, something like that. 75. A 1975 Picnic at Hanging Rock movie. I've never watched it or seen anything about it. And again, I read the book last month, the month before, I don't know, whatever month I read it in. I think I read it in June. And I totally enjoyed it. And it's one of those books I know I'm going to have to revisit and read it again. But I wanted to see the really old movie that was based off of it. I know that there's some new series somewhere, but that's not why I read the book in the first place. It was, anyways, Australian book written in 1967, and or I think it was like that. And it's about 1900, and these ladies at a boarding school, they go to a picnic at Hanging Rock, and 3 of the students and one of the teachers goes missing, and it's pretty much the aftermath of what happens after that after they're discovered missing, and all the characters who have some kind of connection to that day. I really enjoyed it. As I said, I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. I don't know. I read a few things online, so I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna like it, but I'd really like to try it at least. So I got it from the library. They have a booklet in the back here, which I haven't looked at yet. I don't want to look at that, but it has a nice booklet because it's a nice DVD or Blu-ray edition. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't want to buy them and just, so I want to watch them first and see if I like them. So anyway, so that is my week, or my coming week as well. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. As I said, I'm going to be working a lot, so not a whole lot. I'm probably not even going to, be able to do a whole lot besides working. We just have to deal with these things when people actually take their vacations. Anyway, so what are you guys reading? Anything that is been really good for you? Are you guys interested in any of these books? Or is there anything that you think I should pick up? Let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.